आप किस क्लास में बड़े हो रहे थे? How would you categorize your own
Middle
house and your
class.
family?
Middle
If you
class.
could paint a picture of that house in which you grew up.
So it was a one-bedroom house.
ठीक है.
Largish house, but it was a one-bedroom house. But
ठीक है.
we never felt like today when you think of a one-bedroom house, they don't even make one-bedroom houses anymore. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But in those days, if especially for people who've come from out of Bombay, like my father came here at the age of 16. He's been here since he was
Okay. He came from where?
from Kerala.
अच्छा.
I think especially for us, it was like Bombay में घर है, मुंबई में घर है, बहुत बड़ी बात है.
You guys were tenants or you guys owned the house? आप लोगों का
We
घर था?
owned the house.
ठीक है. क्या आपको पता है वो घर कितने का खरीदा था?
I
पता तो हो गई.
हाँ, I think 67 या 69,000 में
Okay.
खरीदा था
ठीक है.
चेंबूर में, and it was a big deal कि the family felt so proud कि you know मुंबई जाने के कुछ ही सालों में बालन ने घर खरीद लिया है.
ठीक है.
बहुत बड़ी बात है. And amongst us, we are the Palakkad Iyer community. You know what they call famously the Tamgrams.
Of course.
We are Tamilians from Kerala.
Okay.
My father's entire family was already in Mumbai. And once you had a house in Mumbai, then you had achieved everything there was to achieve.
आज भी शायद ये सच है.
आज भी शायद बिल्कुल ये सच है, पर आजकल लोग घर खरीद नहीं रहे हैं. They're renting.
Your favorite thing about your father?
About my father?
Yeah.
That he's a man of great integrity.
और इसका एक एग्जाम्पल दे सकें कि इंटेग्रिटी कहाँ दिखी आपको?
I remember मैं छोटी थी और वो ऑफिस से बस लेकर आ रहे थे. एंड यू नो कभी कभी आपके पास चेंज नहीं होती, तो उन्होंने कंडक्टर से कहा, कंडक्टर को पैसे दिए और कंडक्टर ने कहा होगा नहीं चेंज नहीं है, चेंज लाओ. सो और फिर मेरे पापा का स्टॉप आ गया तो वो उतर गए बिना पैसे दिए और वो भूल गए. यू नो समटाइम्स होता है. Then the next day when the conductor saw him, he said, "ए बिना पैसे दिए गए." तो my father followed that bus, and he lost track of the bus because by the time he got an auto and he actually got, as in he lost track of the bus, so he couldn't find the bus. But he tracked the bus down to the bus depot. He went and said कि कौन सी ये बस है जो इस रूट से आती है, इस नंबर की बस, मतलब किस टाइम पे यहाँ आती है, मुझे उस कंडक्टर से मिलना है. कंडक्टर को उन्होंने पैसे दिए एंड ही सेड, "आई एम सो सॉरी, आई डिडंट मीन टू चीट यू, मैं भूल गया." सो दीज लिटिल थिंग्स.
गॉट इट. एंड उनकी सबसे फेवरेट शर्ट कौन सी है आपकी?
For me, my father looks good in all his shirts.
All right.
But I think
कुछ एक कपड़ा होगा जिसमें अच्छे नहीं लगते होंगे, वो कौन सा है जो आप?
नहीं, ऐसा मुझे नहीं लगता.
Okay.
But I love my father the most in his सफेद धोती कुर्ता.
Okay.
जो रोज रात को वो पहनते हैं घर पे, या जब भी घर पे होते हैं, he wears that and I just feel like going and you know snuggling up to him.
What about a habit you don't like of him?
Oof. I'm very similar to him. तो बहुत सारी ऐसी आदतें हैं.
आपकी क्या आदतें हैं विद्या? Now let's start talking.
We both are I get it from him. Very organized.
Okay.
Organized to the extent that now I'm a little easier. पहले ऐसा था कि अगर मेरे हिसाब से चीजें नहीं चलती ना, तो I would get very thrown off because I'm very particular about where my stuff should be. I don't let anyone. My house help actually folds the clothes that.
How big is your wardrobe? I'm guessing that'll be huge, no?
No, it's not very huge actually. It's not at all huge compared to most other women and definitely other actors.
Okay.
But I am a minimalist. I have to say that I don't possess too many things.
But how big is your wardrobe?
अरे
मुझे नहीं पता. Give me an estimate.
It must be half this wall.
Okay, got it.
But it's not filled with stuff.
ठीक है.
You know, like मुझसे सब पूछते रहते हैं कि आपके पास साड़ियाँ कितनी हैं, because मैं साड़ी बहुत पहनती हूँ. I have 25 sarees.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Because
I think I have more, dude. सिर्फ 25 साड़ियाँ आपके पास?
I keep giving away sarees.
Okay.
Because मैं रख के क्या करूँगी? I don't get a chance to repeat my sarees. So the ones that I've kept are ones that have some sort of emotional meaning to me.
तो आपकी और उनकी सबसे irritating habit है कि you are too finicky about organizing.
Too finicky to the extent that, you know, sometimes previously I was also like him, but consciously I've changed because he expects that from everyone else. That's not good. I was also like that. I used to also expect कि everyone be as organized
And
and
it used to
methodical.
translate into anger?
Irritation with people,
Okay.
right? Impatience की इतना क्यों नहीं मतलब आप दिखा भी नहीं सकते half the time, पर वो अंदर ही अंदर चलता रहता है dialogue. But now I've learned to live and let live. Luckily for me, Samdish, my husband and I are quite similar.
Okay.
So thankfully we don't clash on those things. I'm a little OTT still. मतलब मेरा level थोड़ा ज़्यादा है. पर being with him, he's so calm, na? He doesn't get thrown by anything I say. So I've also learned to calm down. But I've realized that to each his own, just because these are my habits, I can't expect you to do the same.
So ये process, was there a conscious process of making sure that you don't snap or you don't?
Yeah, because you know
don't
what
react?
was happening is, especially in a workspace, you realize that you can't. I grew up wanting to please people,
Okay.
right? Because I was a fat girl. So with fat people, and especially with fat girls, I think, you are over eager to please people, right?
All right,
So
yeah.
you don't show your anger, you don't show your irritation. फिर वो क्या होता है? वो अंदर ही अंदर irritation build करके acidity बन जाती है.
ठीक है.
Yeah, सर दर्द बन जाता है, you know.
Of course, of course.
So, which is why I realized, and I've been working with a healer for 13 years now.
Okay. What does that mean?
So basically, it's like therapy.
ठीक है.
It happens over the phone from wherever I am in the world.
है.
But I meet her like once a year or something.
How often are the sessions?
As often as I want them to be.
But,
As in, I have to message and say, can
And
we do
what
a
about
session?
what about currently? How often are the sessions?
I did one today on my way here.
How's that? How's that?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. I just sometimes, you know, like I saw you doing the Omkar before we started this session. For me, it's sometimes when things happen, you know, I like to talk about it so I can process it.
Sure.
And she just, I think she guides me to reach that space where I realize things. She doesn't say anything really to me, but she's also given me various tools over the years. I don't know if you've heard of access consciousness. How, for example, you can restructure the way you think. You can restructure the way you've led your life, the beliefs you've led your life by restructuring the construction of your sentences. For example, what if should always be followed by a positive sentence, because what if is very powerful. So if you say,
All right. Go, you.
yeah. So
continue,
if you
continue.
said, you know, no, what if I have a fall? Yeah, I can't wear these heels. That's a wrong thing to say.
Correct.
Right? You instead say, you know, what if I'm always able to be well balanced? It's a very bachkana example, but you know, so for example, they give you a lot, you learn about things like that with access consciousness. For example,
you
sorry,
go on. No, you go on.
when you're gauging a reaction to a decision you have to make, your body will tell you. With the right decision, your body will begin to feel lighter. With the wrong decision, your body will feel heavier.
Of course.
So you have to tune into that. So all this comes from access consciousness. They simply put, I think access consciousness, it actually helps you to access your consciousness, your subconscious, and remove the limitations it makes sure that you don't stand in the way of you. My healer's given me many such tools over the years, but I have to say she's the kindest, most compassionate person I've come across, which is why I've been working with her for 13 years. It's my safe space where I can say whatever I want, where there's no judgment. And especially because, you know, Samdish, I'm actually a very private person. But I'm in a very public job.
Of course.
So I think that took a while to come to terms with. This is what I've always wanted to do, to be an actor. And, you know, I've wanted to be famous and I wanted the limelight, but you don't actually know how that's going to play out or pan out. What is it when people want to know more about you, when they want a piece of you? Only after I did Parinita did I realize what it was. You know, sometimes you'd feel like, oh, but they're not interested in me as a person. They're interested in me as the actor, as a star. So, you know, there is some kind of dissonance there. So I think to make sense of all that, to make sense of the pressures, I've had I've had lots of, I've dealt with body image issues forever.
Have they gone away completely?
I think so.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Congratulations to
Thank
you
you,
on that.
thank you.
Yes. But go on with the thing that you would say.
So I just think that, you know, healing has really helped me. So whatever rocks your boat, whether it's therapy, whether it's counseling, whether it's healing, I would suggest everyone, if they can afford it, should always speak to someone who is not emotionally invested in you.
Sure, correct. A space without judgment.
Yeah, and a space where there's no emotional attachment, because that's key. You know, otherwise, if I'm, for example, if I'm sharing something with my husband, he will want to,
Bilkul.
you know, jump in and help me, provide a solution. Or even if he's just listening to me, you know, there's that, you feel for the other person, right? For example, if he told me something, I would want to literally provide solutions and say, why don't you try this?
You are yourself invested in that, and so you can't be completely
completely removed from it.
You can't be detached. So was this current healer, who seems to have done wonders for you and for us, your fans, is this the first time you interacted with a healer / therapist, or did you have to try multiple people?
No. My mother introduced me to my healer.
Okay.
Because this was just before the dirty picture.
Is the healer also a Tambram?
No, she's not.
All right.
She's Punjabi.
Welcome to our world, ma'am.
No, but...
Is your husband also Punjabi?
Oh, mine, yes.
Yeah.
He's half Punjabi. He loves saying he's a Panju. Not Panju.
He's a Punjabi Gujarati.
Jew.
Achha, oh, he's a Jew.
He's Jewish.
He's half Jew?
Yes, his mother is Jewish.
I want to talk to him about the ceasefire in Gaza first.
Yeah.
No laughing on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No laughing on that. So
you can laugh on it. It's
No.
fine. On my channel, you can. So your mother, Punjabi healer.
Yeah. So she introduced me to this healer.
He's half Jew?
Yeah, he's half Jew.
Dude.
So my mother introduced me to her, and because at that time I was just, going through some...
You were saying after the dirty picture.
This was before the dirty picture.
Okay.
I was just going through some health issues. I was working like crazy. So my mother just said, maybe talk to her. She'll be able to help you. She seems really nice. And that's how it started. I signed up for 5 sessions, and here we are 13 years hence.